Yo, what is up guys, DukeOfDC here. Welcome to another video. We are over here at Ride Now Power Sports in Georgetown, Texas. My man Aaron, Robert, Ethan, they are hooking it up today. Please check them out if you are from this area. And as always, this video is brought to you by Rollick. Rollick is a company connecting consumers like you and me to a network of certified dealers like Ride Now Power Sports to provide the most transparent buying experience when it comes to ATVs, side-by-sides, RVs, and of course, motorcycles. And today we have been on the Keihin GT, the CBR 1000 RRSP, and now we are taking out the totally awesome Kawasaki Z900. You guys have given me, I've read a ton of comments that say, Duke, you gotta get on this bike. I'm like the super naked moto vlogger, and this is a really cool naked bike from Kawasaki. So let's just jump right into it. Starts right up. Kawasaki Z900. Now this bike has 0 miles on it, so I am unfortunately going to have to take it relatively easy. No banging off the rev limit or anything like that, so just know that anything that I say is going to be based on the power that I'm actually using. This bike has a tremendous amount of power. It is a competitor to the likes of the Yamaha MT-09 and even MT-10 in some respects, MT-10, and yet it comes in at a beautiful $8,500 price tag, sub $9,000 for a 900 plus cc inline 4 super naked from Kawasaki. What? Sounds good. Look at this. Look at that. What's that? The Z900, the naked bike from Kawasaki that everyone under the sun has been telling me to ride. It's this, the CB1000R, and the Suzuki GSX-S that I need to take out. Interesting. Oh my. Oh, this is a delightful surprise. What? And I'd say it's a lot quicker. A lot quicker than the MT-09. Upshifts are a little rough. That's probably on me. Brakes are pretty good, a little squishy. Sub $9,000. You can't get mad at this thing for a lot. It's got a stupid amount of power. I think if Kawasaki though was to take this motorcycle, put $3,000 more into it in terms of like research and development, sell it for about 11, and really pin it up against the MT-10, they would have something pretty darn cool here. Because really, if this had a quick shifter, a TFT, or even an LCD full digital display that was giving you a bit more information, I mean, those two things alone would bring this up. The other thing is you do have fully adjustable forks in the front, fully adjustable in the rear suspension, so it is a proper sport bike. It's a proper super naked bike. It just comes in at like a very valued price. And that power delivery is so good. I mean, it comes on much higher in the rev range than the MT-09. You know, that MT-09 is a torque monster, and that engine configuration just lends itself to torque. This inline 4 though has a beautiful, smooth, almost turbine-like top end where you just hear this spool of power that never wants to stop. The sound is really nice too. Engine vibration is almost non-existent. I feel a little bit in my legs and kind of groin area just from the tank. That's something I don't feel normally on other motorcycles, but otherwise in the handlebars and the foot pegs, not bad at all. The Z900, what a fabulous motorcycle from Kawasaki, really. The other thing is this feels like tinier than all the other super sport bikes I've ever ridden. It does feel closer to a hypermotard. It's just such an interesting bike. You know, it does a really beautiful job. You could buy 2 of these for the price of one 1290 Super Duke, and at the end of the day, I would save the money. I would buy something like this. You know, one, you could personalize it more. You could buy more aftermarket things. Two, you would be probably insuring a less expensive thing, thus having a less expensive insurance premium. And at the end of the day, you have so much power. You have so much power. I want a quick shifter badly. I actually quite like the display too. It's got this kind of carbon fiber weave down here where the instrument lights would appear. Otherwise, it is a, it's like a digital / analog tack. It's got a digital needle and an analog number set, and then everything else is digital. So you've got a fuel gauge, you've got a temperature gauge, you've got a clock, you've got a trip odometer, an actual overall odometer, and of course the speedometer. If you really sit back in it too, it's such a comfortable bike. The seating position and the ergonomics lend themselves to just a really beautiful riding position. Again, I'm 5'9", 30-inch inseam, comfortable as a lark on this thing. And I think that much taller and larger riders than myself would feel just the same, as well as much smaller riders than myself, because this is maybe one of the more compact, super naked bikes that I've ever been on. Some of the others do have much taller seats or are just generally bigger. Who parks it in second gear? You know who? Me. All right, boys and girls, you already know. Let's jump into some specs here. So we have a 4-stroke, 4-cylinder, 948cc engine on this thing, producing 73.1 pound-feet of torque. 6-speed. It is chain-driven. You've got 41mm inverted forks with rebound dampening and spring-load, preload adjustability, and 4.7 inches of travel in the front. In the rear, you have a horizontal backlink stepless rebound dampening, adjustable spring load, adjustable spring preload. In terms of brakes, you've got dual 300mm discs in the front, ABS as optional. In the rear, you have a 250mm pedal style disc with a single piston caliper. We've got a 31.3-inch seat height, so it's nice and low, a 463.1 pound curb weight, so it's really not too bad, a fuel capacity of 4.5 gallons, and this bike produces 126 horsepower, over 70 pound-feet of torque. Oh, and the most important thing, and all of this for $8,800 if you do get the ABS version. You save a few $100s if you don't have the ABS one. I know I have the rings here. Maybe this bike does in fact have ABS. The gentleman over at Ride Now told me it might not, so it could have just been miscommunication on my part. Turning it on would help. Literally for a second I went, what have I done? The answer is nothing. It's so small and nimble and tiny. It does have a headlight cowl, which actually is doing a fantastic job of deflecting a lot of the wind off of my chest. I don't feel anything on my chest. I do feel it on my helmet quite a bit, but unlike, you know, windscreens that cut off like halfway between your helmet, I find it kind of refreshing when the wind hits your helmet fully, because then it's filling the vents and it's also allowing your helmet, which is aerodynamic, to do, well, what it's supposed to do. It's a beautifully styled motorcycle, and I just enjoy it. I think it's a great bike. The value for money is there, the power is there, the comfort is there, the usability is there. There's really not much about it that I don't like, but it's a pretty simple motorcycle. There's also not much about it, period. So if you're looking for something that's a technological marvel, this isn't the bike for you. But if you're looking for a very fun, relatively quite powerful motorcycle that's going to stay under $10,000, then this is 100% something that you should look at. And on that note, we are heading back. We're going to go back to Ride Now Georgetown, and this is the last ride of the day, so I really can't thank them enough. They have done such an amazing job today of hooking me up with some really amazing rides. So please check them out. I'll link them down in the description below. And if you're not from this area and you're looking for a Z900, click that first link for GoRollick.com and see if you can't find a great deal in your local area. As always, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and comment down below. I try and answer, and I certainly read every comment. I try and answer as many as I possibly can. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.